Alright, share it up. Oh. Alright. Oh no, it's round 12. It's round 12. Oops. Round 12. I accidentally forgot. We do love Lv50. Honestly, it was a weird... I think I've considered drafting it before for like that type of situation, but I don't know if I actually have. That might have been the first time I've actually drafted it in like the open rounds. No type, no phrase. All right, we got nothing. Oh, it's it's not after dark, but it is the dark side. Oh, now this. You know what? I was gonna when you were considering Venu 1 and then you saw the first trainer, I wanted to like screenshot that and then and say, man, I wish I had Venu 1. Because it was like, wasn't it like Salaman's Flareon or something like that? Just absolutely horrendous. Yeah. Okay, Venu 1. Maybe I'll have to pick it because you didn't have the courage. Okay, maybe I won't pick it. We got a Latios 8. Alright. You know, wait, there was a Raichu that got some flack. Was it Raichu? Yeah, it was Raichu 2. The indoor one. I have used that one to I have used Raichu 2 before in a high streak. I'm trying to think if it was my open levels run. I don't know if it was. Maybe it was a previous open level run. But it was something where I had a very high chance of facing Slaking. And I was like, okay, indoor Raichu just beats that thing. And that's my only way to beat it. And so it was, yeah. It was something like that. Yeah, and of course you got to follow me. But yeah, Raichu 3. No thanks. Oh gosh. Altaria 2. Actually, could Altaria 2 be good? No. I was thinking, what if I literally just led Altaria 2 and Latios, and I just kill something with either Psychic or Earthquake, and then I Perish Song? That's not the... Because... I guess the only way that would be bad is if the partner killed Latios before I got Perish Song off. But that would be kind of funny. Perish Song doubles. Could be a play. Oh my gosh. I would take a Marowak. Oh my gosh, Earthquake Perish Song. That is nasty. That could be a... Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess ice types, but... I guess in round 5, maybe they don't have a ton of coverage yet. Oh gosh. This strat, honestly, right now, just look at these Mons plus Latios. It's like, can you imagine if I didn't have Latios right now? And even then, I don't even know what I'm going to pick. Wait, is this... No, this is Hypno. Is it 3? Yeah. Goodness gracious. What do we need? What do we need as the last Mon? We've already used our Lum, Lefties, Cherry, King's Rock. Lum, Lefties, Cherry, King's Rock, Chesto. So we can't get any sort of rest Mon. Lum. We could get Choice, Band, Slaking. That'd be a fine Mon. Slaking 3. He's coming. Okay. Registeel's not bad. I'll take a Registeel 6. Because that's, I mean, that's perfect against, like, the normals. The normals that are going to be annoying for Latios. That's fine. Registeel 6, and I don't have to face Registeels. Registeel 6 is fine. Sure. Quick Claw Earth. Oh, man, Quick Claw Earth Ring would have been good. Because I would have the Quick Claw counter. Okay, so here's the issue. Do I lead Registeel, or do I lead, like, Altaria or something? Because if I lead Registeel, I can't necessarily Earthquake. And I'm not that fast. Venu's actually 90. That's not horrible. Sleep stuff. What's Latios gonna struggle against? That's guaranteed. Okay, so that's guaranteed. Gengars I outspeed. Starmies I don't outspeed, which is kind of annoying. Because they could two-shot me. And Registeel doesn't actually do very well in the Starmie. I would actually pick it up, I guess, with Ace into Shadow Ball sometimes. It's actually not guaranteed. Is this where we take Venu 1? Psychic's not guaranteed. The Giga Drain. I take out the Rhydons. Is this Venu 1 time? Raichu 3 Gaming just hit. What's Raichu 3 speed? I don't even outspeed. I'm just gonna get crit and die. I don't even outspeed. That would be like the only, like... Yeah, it could just crit my Latios and kill me. I don't even outspeed. Do I actually... If I scroll down... Oh, you guys can't see all the way. Dang. Yeah, that's embarrassing that Raichu 3 doesn't outspeed. Do I actually take Venu 1? No. Here's the... Okay, the only thing about Venu 1 is fires, right? And I know it's no type, no phrase, but I can still face a Flash Fire Arcanine or something. So that's the only upside. Like, honestly, I'm thinking... Now I'm maybe thinking Altaria. I mean, obviously Starmie's just one Mon. I could get another one. But, Altaria... The benefit of Altaria is I don't hit myself with Earthquake. And if there's an Ice... Okay, so the other benefit of Altaria is if there's a Pokemon with an Ice move, it's going to target the Altaria rather than... Oh, that's actually way better. Look at that. So if you've got Starmie, it could Ice Beam, crit me, or freeze me, and it's faster. But if it's Altaria, it's 4x weak, and it has a roll to kill, so it's much more likely to go Altaria, and then I swap in a Registeel to eat the Ice Beam for 8%. Rain Dance the Fires. I'm not picking the Raichu. I'm sorry. Raichu Yeah, but Latios is faster than Gengar and Okos. I think Venu 1 would be okay if we didn't have Altaria, but I think Altaria might be the play. Or... Are you kidding me? Hypno 3 doesn't even get that KO. That would be its only saving grace. If Hypno 3 could... What can... I mean... Does this thing even KO a Gardevoir? It can... Okay, it can KO a Gardevoir. Sometimes. But I do think the fact that it draws ice moves away from Latios is a benefit of Altaria. I think that Double Dragon is the way. And attract stuff is annoying. I can always attract annoying mons. I can just... Like, if I'm facing a... Like, well, I guess Lax isn't that annoying. What's annoying for Registeel? I can't get poisoned by Dusclops. I'm actually fine. I actually do go the Altaria. For sure. For sure. That's gotta be the play. Because it draws the ice moves. I'm literally only scared of, like, Shadow Ball junk, which I guess I could swap to Registeel for the normals and stuff. It's gotta be that. Pursuit Gaming. We are Pursuit Gaming, yeah. We'll find it. We'll find a way to Pursuit game. First time I've taken Altaria too. I mean, we gotta find a better flyer or something than Altaria. But it is interesting that it draws away the ice moves. I think that's interesting. I mean, Venu would draw like Psychics, but the problem is Venu also draws Fires. That's what I don't like for the Registeel. Let's get it. Oh. I mean, Altaria also has, like, Dragon Breath Attract leftovers outs, too. So, like, Altaria can be just good, potentially. Well. Okay. I think I'm glad that I didn't take Venu. Let's see. Slowking is really annoying here. I'm not gonna lie. Slowking kind of annoying. Especially because Charizard could... well, okay. Wait, why did I pick Altaria? I always do that. I pick one of my own mons. So it's no type, no phrase. Which means it's likely one of those Quick Claw Slowkings, which are kind of annoying. Do they just two-shot me? They do two-shot me. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, wait, but... How much do they do Altaria? They don't KO Altaria, surprisingly. 4 does, sometimes. That looks like the same as the Starmie roll. I can attract Charizard. For sure. For sure the lead. Because I think Registeel works great in the back. And I can get a better flyer. I mean, I could take this Charizard, to be honest. I could maybe take the Charizard. So, how much does Latios do to the Charizard? Because we could, well, Flamethrower is also annoying for Registeel. That's actually really annoying. Both of these are kind of annoying. I guess it doesn't, that's only Slowking 4 though. That's only Slowking 4. Just don't be Slowking 4. Charizard, the annoying thing, so Charizard 1. Wow, I'm surprised that doesn't KO. Well, I guess Registeel is kind of a beast. And Altaria actually does fine against Charizard 1, too. Charizard 2, we actually do fine. Charizard 3 is kind of annoying with Dragon Claw, and Charizard 4 also isn't that annoying. It's so weird because Charizard is... Unless it's Charizard 3, Charizard is more annoying for the Mon and back, Registeel. But Slowking is annoying for the Mons up front right now. I could actually... I mean, I could swap out the Altaria. I could swap out the Altaria. It is most likely to be Charizard 3 because no Techno Phrase, which is annoying. Because now Slowking 3 or 4 are very likely to Ice Beam the Altaria. So I could go into Registeel, because Registeel's not... I mean, Registeel might be useful in the back, but, like, how useful is Registeel going to be right now? I'm kind of tempted to Shadow Ball the Slowking and swap to Registeel. The only issue with that is... if it Dragon Claws... Yeah... I mean, because Charizard 1's going to set up a Sunny Day. Charizard 2 is going to set up a Dragon Dance. Charizard 3 is going to... Charizard 3 is going to Dragon Claw. I would hate Charizard 3. That would be so annoying. I basically... Would I just lose if it was Charizard 3 and I didn't attack it this turn? I feel like I kind of would. Hypno Registeel double side swag. Oh, I gotta change my current. 77 right now, actually. This is bad. Okay, so I think I have to go for the Charizard, and I think I go for the Psychic for a couple reasons. If it's Charizard 2 and it Dragon Dances, and I get a high roll Psychic, I could Aerial Ace it. Charizard is extremely unlikely to use a fire move this turn. It could, I guess it could overheat, but even if it gets Blaze on me, that's fine. I think I would rather take the crit chances versus if I just Ace or Shadow Ball. And the problem is I would actually end up Shadow Balling because I can't Ace. And get a low roll and then not kill with a Psychic. I'm not going to take that chance. So I think I have to Psychic the Charizard and swap out the Altaria. And then maybe Altaria can... Maybe I can swap Registeel out back to Altaria and Altaria can draw the Ice Beams again or something like that from the Slowking. I don't know. I think I have to Psychic the Charizard and swap out the Altaria. Try to just waste his Slowking's turns. He does Ice Beam the... Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. And he gets a Quick Claw, too. What a... I mean... Do I eat a... do I eat a Fire move here to Thaw? That's Registeel, baby. Oh, that's Registeel. Yes. It's Charizard 3. Okay. So, now I have a question. Because, so it's Charizard 3, and it's, oh, I don't know how much the Ice Beam did. Dang it. Oh, wait. Well, I guess we'll find out, though. Because if it's 3, it's going to Earthquake. Guaranteed. So if it's 3, it's going to guaranteed Earthquake. And if it's 4, it will do whatever. So we really hope it's 3. But what's interesting about 4 is if it Flamethrowers the Registeel, I would Thaw. Yeah, it only does like 30%. Yeah, Slowking, Slowking 4. So, I guess the question... Here's what I'm... there's probably no point in swapping Registeel out, is there? Because one, I have the upside of eating. One, I have the upside of eating a flamethrower and thawing immediately, so that actually would not be that bad. Two, I have the upside of well, okay, sorry. I was just thinking, do I ever Shadow Ball the Charizard in case it's a Dark type in the back? Would they ever swap Charizard out? I'm trying to think if there's ever a reason I would swap. I would, yeah, if Charizard Dragon Claw the Lottie, we'd be in a really bad position here. But the other thing is, if I swap in Altaria and they Flamethrower, then that's just like ultra good, and then they'll go for another Ice Beam, and then I'll swap out again. Like, that would be best case scenario. But, or if they just Earthquake and it does nothing. But if I stay in and they Ice Beam the Lottie, I think the next turn I just smack it with a Shadow Ball, and I guess I could try to paralyze it with a Dragon Breath. Now, I guess if a Shadow Ball like lowers its Spadef or crits, that could be fine. I don't even know if I can Swagger this thing, which is annoying, and I can't attract it. Like, honestly, I think I just ace. I think I ace the Slowking, to be honest, to just get damage off on it. Like, I guess what I'm thinking about is, do I need to swap in Altaria to draw another Ice Beam? Is that better? I think it is. Because if I swap in Altaria, if they Earthquake, that does nothing. If they Flamethrower, that's fine. But if they Ice Beam the Lottie, at least they have a chance to Ice Beam the Altaria the next turn. And even if they don't, Altaria has a chance to Dragon Breath paralyze the Slowking, which could also save Lottie even if it targets it. So I think no matter what, swapping in Altaria has got to be the play. I guess I'll Shadow Ball in case they would swap out the Charizard, right? Shadow Ball always KOs after Psychic? I mean, yeah. Why would I not? I think I have to swap out the Registeel, because staying in with Registeel, what can I do? Okay, I can superpower the Charizard slot. I can Swagger the Slowking. I can Ace the Slowking. Or I could Ace the Charizard slot. That doesn't really feel yet useful. Registeel is almost more useful as a tank for the ice hits. I mean, we really just have to hope this is Slowking 3. But I would much prefer, because if I can just get, if Slowking Earthquakes, yeah, if Slowking Earthquakes, then I'm fine. Please Earthquake Slowking. Please Earthquake. Oh my. That sucks that he doesn't target his partner. But he's literally, Slowking is going to Earthquake again. Or no, Slowking is very likely to Ice Beam Altaria, and then he's going to Slowking again because it's another flyer. Oh my gosh. So the question is, like, honestly, I have no doubt that Slowking could 1v3 this. So do I go for the Slowking or do I go for the Flygon? I feel like I go for the Slowking. It's annoying because Flygon could Dragon Claw me. But, like, I feel like that's unlikely. So what is Flygon gonna do? It's not Lum, it's not Quick Claw, it's no type, no phrase. It literally doesn't tell me anything. It could be anything. So if it's Flygon 1 is going to like do random move or something. I don't think that matters. Like Facade and Alati doesn't do that much. Yeah, 25. Same as Steel Wing. Hopefully it does Steel Wing and it misses. But Flygon 2 is going to Crunch, which if it gets a Spadef drop, that is kind of annoying. The only thing about Flygon 2 is Altaria can beat Flygon 2. So Altaria can beat Flygon 2. Flygon 1 I don't care about. Flygon 3 is extremely annoying with Dragon Claw. Now it could Dragon Claw the Altaria, which actually eats it, which is interesting. Oh my gosh. Altaria 1v1s Flygon 3, even though I'm slower. Are you seeing that? That is crazy. Wait, is it highest damage against? No, it wouldn't. It's highest damage against Lottie. Because Altaria's boosted. So it would. So wouldn't it? It would guarantee hit the Lottie, I think. So, but no, because here's the thing. One, Slowking has Quick Claw. But like, here's the problem. The problem is if I take out Flygon. Yeah, what I'm saying though is that if so right now, Slowking, I've got Slowking in a loop. If I swap Altaria and Registeel, it will Ice Beam, Earthquake, Ice Beam, Earthquake. The problem is if Flygon goes down, Slowking doesn't see Levitate as the partner. So Slowking's not gonna Earthquake when I swap. That's the problem. So like right now, let's say I guess if I Psychic Flygon right now. Well, okay, maybe I do hit the Flygon. Let me think about this. So if I hit the Flygon, well, I guess the question is like, because like if I do this swapping thing, Altaria is probably not going to get hit. No, they see the ghost types of Flygon. They do not see the ability. They do not see the ability. So they only see the ghost types. So that's what's tricky here, because like it's obviously for Flygon and Gengar and Claydol. It's very tricky. For Gengar, it's actually really interesting because they see the ghost types and Poison's actually like it flips. So it goes from being encouraged to being extremely discouraged, and they'll never do it. So Gengar's a funny one because it completely flips. Yeah. So they see I think we might have talked about this in the chat. Maybe I could go and find it, but they see the ghost types. They do not look at the ghost ability. And I think that, I can't remember how it got brought up, but it was something like this. It was some situation where it was like, so, yeah. It's just one more reason why doubles is interesting. So, I guess, because what I'm trying to think about is, so with the Slowking, I can, if I do this swap thing, I can guarantee get 2 hits off in the Slowking. And the other thing is Flygon could be Bright Powder and I could miss, and that's just like annoying. But and the other thing, here's the other thing. I guess I could ace the Flygon, but Slowking 3. I actually do more against Slowking 3 too then. Oh, that's awesome. Slowking 3 is weaker. Yeah, I definitely go for the Slowking here because I have a chance to I mean, it's not a 100% chance to Ice Beam the Altaria, but it is a very good chance. But if I can just get rid of this Slowking, I think that these 3 Mons, even with Registeel frozen, I think can take out the Flygon. And if Flygon does Dragon Claw me and sees another Dragon Claw kill, I mean, well, Crunch Spadef drop would be horrible. Dragon Claw would be bad from either. But like even Dragon Claw from Flygon 4, boom, look at that. Altaria 1v1s! It 1v1s! Shadow Ball, yeah. Slowking 3 versus Latios. I am like 96% chance to a KO. 96% chance, and that's not including crits. 96% chance. So I've got to Shadow Ball the Slowking, swap to Registeel. Just get a crit. Okay, that's above half. That's good. Sunny Day. That doesn't really change anything, I don't think. Went for the Registeel. The funny thing is, if it had Sunny Day, I wouldn't have been able to gotten frozen the first turn, but whatever. So, that's actually fine, because that Flygon, I think... He doesn't see a kill with Sunny Day, no, because he's not stabbed. Yeah. In the sun against Registeel 6. I'm just kind of curious what he sees. In the sun. Oh my gosh, he's only doing 50%. It's nothing. So right here, it's gonna Fire Blast and Earthquake. Honestly, I just stay in. I just eat this to de-thaw, and then I superpower the Flygon. Actually, I Shadow Ball, and then if there's some weird way where I get a low roll and don't KO, I Shadow Ball I superpower the Slowking. Nice. Nice. Yeah, okay. The Spadef drop, of course. Hey, we got defrosted. Boom. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. It can't beat Altaria. I guess I could have aced. Okay, so now the question is, do we take one of these mons? So Flygon is interesting for the same reason of the drawing the ice moves. It might just be better than Altaria in that regard. Second match. No type, high risk. That is, I'm honestly lucky how that worked out. Yeah, it was, oh, surely it's Zard 3? Well, here, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because, honestly, it probably has to be Zard 3. Well... The only thing I'm thinking about... Let's see. So the only thing I'm thinking about is the fact that... I mean, Zard 3 is kind of nasty. It is... Yeah, it's pretty fast, too. Let's see, meta. Gosh, okay, that's actually kind of crazy. Not meta 4. Was it meta 3? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. But like, I guess I outspeed Alakazam's. I don't KO, but I can just double it up with Earthquake. So Starmie is more likely to go for Charizard. I guess against a Starmie, I kind of just have to stay in. That's kind of annoying. I kind of just have to stay in against Starmies. But it's probably the best. I mean, how much does Starmie actually do to Registeel? I'm kind of curious. Look at that. Absolute joke. There's nothing. Possible 6-hit KO. Chance to 4-hit KO. Yes, electrics are annoying. Yeah, the drawing ice stuff is interesting. So like, because how fast is Flygon 3 or Flygon 2? It's actually the same speed. And what about like Swamperts? How much do I do with Swampert? I guess that doesn't really change anything. So like, yeah, like fast electrics do get kind of awkward with Zard 3. That's the only thing. Flygon has Bright Powder. I mean, in general, I like the fast fires. Both of them kind of suck against, like, Rhydons, right? So Latios 8. I guess I'm doing 85. I can just crunch. I do get Mega Horned. But I can just crunch. 65 to 77. $65, I could just declaw, or $65 to 77. I could crunch. Psychic has a chance to lower the Spadef. I could get a crit. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning Flygon. As weird as that sounds, I feel like I'm kind of leaning Flygon. I like. It's just so nice to draw the ice moves away from Lottie. And like again, with the Starmie situation. I just Shadow Ball the Starmie. Or I hit the partner. And Flygon has Bright Powder upside. Charizard has Lum, which is nice. I guess against Regice too, it's the same thing. Like, right? Against Regice 1, it never sees a KO on Lottie. But like, so how much would I do with Zard 3? So I'm doing 27 with Earthquake. I'm not KOing Regices. They would likely go for the Charizard. But again, with the Flygon, I just swap in a Registeel and I Superpower it. It's kind of weird because with, I guess with both of these leads, Earthquakers are never Earthquaking. So that's kind of interesting. Oh, yeah. Hi, dog. Yeah, she likes to bark at everything. I think I think Flygon is better than Altaria. And I think I do take the Flygon. I don't know. It's just... I'm kind of curious how much it does. Wow, that is such a... Like, the damage is big. But, like... Let's say I was facing, Meta 3. Fire Blast is still doing 75. It doesn't KO me with a mash. And Latios does, 75. And I do 45 with her. I mean, I 2-hit KO the meta. So, I just have to hit a Fire Blast versus a Flamethrower. But I think I just get in... There's too many awkward situations, I think. I don't know, like... Here's the thing, I've used Charizard 3 before, and Charizard 3 is a phenomenal mon. But I think the IVs actually make a decent difference on the Charizard. I'm not doing Flareon. I think the IVs make a decent difference in situations like this, where Starmie does never KOs, and I'm like, okay, I eat a hit with one of my mons, and I just double it up and kill it, versus the 3 IV, and now we're at, you know, 20% chance to KO. Whatever, top 3 rolls. It's just, I mean, obviously, and then, like, same thing, like, you have Manectric, right? Or Manectric, let's say Manectric 1. The speed difference, you know, I underspeed Manectrics, but if I'm 31 IVs, now I outspeed and KO, and I don't have to worry about Manectrics. I only have to worry about Jolteons or Zapdoses. But even Zapdoses, I speed tie with at 138. But if I didn't, I'd be able to go, oh, okay, just double up with Flamethrower Psychic. I don't have to worry about Zapdoses. It would literally just be Jolteon, and actually, it wouldn't even be all Jolteons. It would just be 1 and 4. So that's where the IVs on Charizard make kind of a big difference. Same thing with Electrode too, actually. He's messing up here. I actually ran into this. I think it was in my open level, kind of with Electrode and a Charizard. I think I ran into the exact same thing. It was Electrode 1. I think it was. I can't remember who I had. I thought I had a Charizard. But it was something weird like this, where it was just a couple of the top rolls, and I just kind of had to hope it didn't see him. Oh, it was with Immense, and I think it was a Charizard, maybe. Yeah. All right, I'm taking Flygon. And we're going with the draws. We're taking the draws. See how it goes. Donphan X-Bomb. So, like, right here, Donphan can't do anything because rock moves don't do anything. I mean, surely I just double the X-Cloud. I mean, I guess Donphan could Rock Tomb. It can be slightly annoying. X-Cloud could certainly Ice Beam, which is annoying. But what's it gonna do? Secret Power? I guess it's kind of annoying. Swagger could be annoying. But yeah, I mean, well, let's just see how much Flygon does into these X-Clouds. Because, like, X-Cloud 1, I'm doing 28, because I'm going to go for the Crunch. 33 into X-Cloud 2. 33 into X-Cloud 3 and 4. So, X-Cloud 1, I guess, would be a little bit annoying if it hit a Shadow Ball. Yeah, I can't Earthquake the X-Cloud. I don't do enough. Unfortunately, unless I Fire Blast. I kind of just have to Psychic Crunch. Sorry, Wildcat. It did one thing, and it drew Ice moves. I don't even think it got an attack off. I think Flygon's better, though. Because right here, I don't even know, like, how much would Dragon Breath have done to X-Cloud? Let's see, so Flygon's doing 30 to 33. It's not doing enough. It's only doing 27. But it doesn't die to Ice Beam, so that is kind of funny. It is almost better that Flygon does die to these Ice Beams. In a way. Okay, that's gotta be 2, 3, 4. Oh wow, and we do actually reveal the White Herb with that Spadef drop. Let's see what this Donphan does. It didn't Endure, so it's probably not 2, because I think 2 would have done something weird like Endure. It does Rock Tomb. which is slightly annoying. So right here, this is where the Electabuzz could be annoying, right? Because it could be Electabuzz 3. So we know it's Donphan 2, which can't really beat Flygon. I guess it could with Flail. But if we just Solar Beam it, it's gone, I think. Yeah, it is gone. So we just set up a Sunny Day and Solar Beam, I think, on that thing. Electabuzz, it's annoying. So yeah, I'd love to Earthquake this thing. I don't really think the Registeel health matters, though, so I probably do swap to Registeel and Earthquake. And then Donphan will never EQ, but I can just keep Registeel in. Does Earthquake, I guess, so that's 4 and 3, Quick Claw, X-Cloud 4. Yeah, Electabuzz can be anything. I guess the other question is, we don't kill Buzz 1. We do kill Buzz 2 and 3 and 4. We don't kill Buzz 1, but that's fine, I think. Yeah, I think we Earthquake and we swap. Because Buzz 3 is 143, yeah. He's just enduring now, yeah. Any Ice Punches? Nice try! What's with all the Ice-type trainers? You scoundrels. You scoundrels. He's never going to Earthquake, so he actually can't beat Registeel here. So I just Psychic and Ace. He's not enduring, though. Is he going to Rock Tomb the Registeel? Would he always... No. He's faster. I don't know. Maybe he would... I don't know what he would do. Maybe he was flailing. All right. We're at 79. Next match. No type. Slow and steady. I think we keep. Is there ever a reason to swap Registeel? No. Okay. But that's, I mean, we could swap Registeel at some point for something. Like a Regice or something like that. But I think the superpower is relevant against Normals. Oh, my. I think we always have to Psychic the Heracross. So slow and steady, so that's probably Heracross 2, right? Arrow is kind of annoying. It can't be Heracross 1 or 4 unless it was Arrow 1. And there's a double slow and steady in the back. This is almost guaranteed Heracross 2. I guess into Charizard, Registeel's a fine swap for the rock moves, which would have been nice, but oh well. We outspeed and KO with Psychic. There's no other reason to do anything else. Flygon against Arrow. I guess I just crunch it because 30% against Arrow 1 or 2. Arrow 2 outspeeds, which is annoying. But 30% against Arrow 1 or 2. 34 against 3, which has Double Edge and Dragon. Actually, it would be more likely a Double Edge, which is kind of funny. But I do 30. And Latios, then the next turn can do 70 and take out the arrow. Yeah, I definitely take out the Heracross. I definitely take out the Heracross, and I crunch. Okay, that is arrow 2. Okay, that is scary. No boost, thankfully. The interesting thing is, this arrow is stuck ancient powering, so I could, in theory, swap to Registeel, but I'm not going to do that with a Ninetales. So... I guess I could do that with a Ninetales. No, I don't know. No. It's Arrow 2, and it's Heracross 2, and it's Ninetales. Is it Grudge Tails? Oh no, it could be. It's 1 or 3. No, it can't. Or, sorry, it can't be Grudge Tails. Grudge is a high risk move. So it's one of these, 1 or 3. But like, I guess the weird thing is, okay, this is weird. So Ninetales 1 or 3. 3 is Bright Powder, which is pretty annoying, and Attract and Confuse Ray. It can do Attract on both. The thing is, here's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of... Well... So, Ninetales actually Speed Ties... Yeah, it Speed Ties Flygon. It Speed Ties Flygon. I do 27 with Crunch. So the things I'm considering are... Okay. Obvious play would be Psychic the Arrow. That would... The problem with Psychicing the Arrow is that... Well, I guess there's 2 issues. One, it could get a boost. Does Arrow crit kill me? Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh, is that just Arrow 1 with speed? Oh, I thought that was Choice Band. So that did 55. But he could still crit and kill me. But even so, if Arrow gets a boost... So Arrow 1... Wait a second. So Arrow 1 has King's Rock, which also is kind of annoying. Well, I could Ace. And against the Flygon, it's doing 30, okay. Well, against the Flygon, it doesn't 2-hit KO, which is good. We actually look like we did... Did we crunch that thing? We look like we kind of high-rolled that. We did 35. So I think I am... Well, okay, so Arrow's going to either Ace Flygon, Ace Latios, or Ancient Power Latios. So it's very likely to die here. Unless it Ancient Powers the Latios and gets the boost. In which case I would have to double it with Flygon, I think. So if Arrow 1 gets the boost... I just don't like that it has King's Rock and it's faster. I mean, obviously Registeel completely walls it. So the other option is going for the Ninetales. My only worry going for the Ninetales is what if it's Bright Powder? Because Ninetales also can't touch Latios and Flygon very well. I guess Ninetales 3 also has Iron Tail, which is kind of annoying. I just don't like letting arrows sit out there and keep potentially King's Rocking me. So I do 20 if it gets the boost. And 44, so 64, and I think I did 35. That should KO. I enemy I should KO. I mean, if it starts attracting, I can just swap out. And also, if Arrow's gone and Latios is alive, I'm almost guaranteed to just beat the Ninetales as long as I don't get confused or something. And if I do, I can always swap out because I have a 56% chance to just KO. So I think I go for the Arrow. Okay, just aces. No King's Rock. Huge. Okay, we get the KO. We don't win the speed tie, and we do get confused. And we get the crunch off. That'll guarantee it. Because, I guess it could be, it still could be Bright Powder. I guess we'll stay in with the confusion. Got him. Got him. I always forget that Arrow 1 is the same speed as Arrow 2. For some reason, I guess the reason I forget that is because I always think about, like, what can outspeed and kill me? And, like, Arrow 1 never really can kill you. It's really only Arrow 2 that's going to kill you. But they have the same speed. No type. High risk. I don't think we want to swap. Heracross 2 doesn't really help against the Starmie matchup. Arrow doesn't help against Starmie, neither does Ninetales. I think Starmie is what would be kind of annoying. I don't think I want to swap for anything in the back. So yeah. I mean, Ninetales takes ice moves and it's fast, but I think Registeel, again, hitting the normals is just too strong. Okay, let's see what we got. This is still like a dicey lead. I don't like this, but it's... There's a Starmie and a Tauros, which is kind of annoying, actually. Does Tauros see double edge kills in the Flygon, actually? That could actually be huge. That could actually be huge. It's high risk. This is really annoying. This is really annoying. Let's just see. So, first off, how much is Tauros doing? Okay, it's not gonna Thrash. It could Facade. Well, actually, how does that work? Does Tauros 1 just always Swagger because he can't Earthquake? Thrash is highest damage. Facade's minus. Swagger is probably 0. So does Tauros 1 just always Swagger? That's actually really interesting that we can just take out the Tauros. But I guess we could do that with Registeel too. Tauros 2 does 65, but he could just double team if he doesn't see a kill. Tauros 3 does 60, or he could Ice Beam, and Tauros 4 does 60. So how about the Flygon though? Well, also, how do we do in the Starmie at -1? I think we still typically 2 at KO. Yeah, 95% chance. So I'm okay with that. So into the Flygon, or okay, so Tauros 2. Into the Flygon. It does see a double edge KO sometimes, or it's gonna double team. Now Tauros 3 sees an Ice Beam kill, which is really nice. Tauros 4 does not. I guess Tauros 4 would Rock Tomb though. And Rock Tomb on Latios only does 17 to 20. It would be faster, which is annoying, but Starmie wouldn't KO, so yeah, it just depends on... I guess we could swap to Flygon at that point, if we were really scared. I don't think we want to just Psychic the Tauros. Because we don't KO. Well, yeah, because we're going to get Ice Beam. We're going to get Ice Beam by Starmie. So we do have to swap to Registeel. And Registeel doesn't KO, unfortunately. That's really unfortunate, actually. I'm actually surprised by that. But it should still 1v1 the Tauros. I guess the most annoying would be like Tauros 3 with Flamethrower. Although it's not even guaranteed Flamethrower because Earthquake's highest damage. So it kind of depends on what's in the back. So we kind of hope that this is not like an Ice Beam Starmie. Could be a Hydro Pump Starmie or something annoying. I think we Shadow Ball and we have to swap. Flygon is Bright Powder, but let's see. Okay. That's annoying. Mr. Swagger. It's Tauros 1. Okay. So, because we know that, what do we do? He lowered our Spadef and he did 35, and he was faster. Tauros 1. It's no type high risk. So that means Starmie either has to... It can't be 1. It can't be 3 or 4. Is it guaranteed 5? Is that Starmie 5 in the flesh? I think it is. So Starmie's faster, so he's never gonna heal. And Light Screen doesn't save him. I honestly just want to Shadow Ball again, I think. And then... Yeah. And then against Tauros 1, we do 84. So I think with Registeel, we just Ace. I mean... Yeah, it's kind of annoying that the Psychic will do more now. But I don't want Flygon to get Psychicked. I think we just Ace. If we had to, would Ace into Superpower KO? The other thing is we get Ace to Starmie in case we don't hit the roll. Because against Starmie 5, it is not guaranteed at -1. It's just kind of annoying. I mean, it could just hit the Registeel too, which would do nothing. Do we Ace the Starmie? Is it that bad to have... I mean, do we care about the Tauros with Registeel? Maybe we do Ace the Starmie. Yeah. I guess the upside is if it's a flyer in the back, I can swap to Flygon, and then Tauros is guaranteed Earthquake. I think we Ace the Starmie in case we don't hit the roll. So that would be really annoying. That's annoying. Yeah, okay, we didn't hit the roll. Okay, well, we were probably going to swap out anyways with Latios. Look at that. Guaranteed Earthquake. But what's annoying is... Actually, I think this is fine. It's... Oh, man, that's so annoying. I mean, I'm glad he didn't Swagger the Registeel because that means Starmie could have lived if we hurt ourselves. But which Weezing is this? This is annoying because I want to swap out both. Oh, I guess this is fine. Well, okay, it depends on which Weezing it is. I kind of hope it's the flamethrower one. Earthquake's still not even doing that much. Do we just superpower? Do we just superpower for the crit, I guess, into Tauros? And then Flygon can just clean it up? And then as we swap to Lottie? I think that's the play. We do go to Flygon, and we superpower. Yeah. What? Oh, it saw the kill with Thrash. Wow. Wow. Honestly, I would have been fine dying there. Well, that's actually kind of awkward. Right? Because now Weezing's going to Sludge Bomb Lottie. Well, Tauros doesn't get to pick who it targets. Wow, I can't believe... Hold on. So Lottie had 73. Oh, yeah, I'd always saw a kill with Thrash. It's weird that it got... I can't believe we got the target, too, on that. I do have Bright Powder. But, like... Does Weezing Sludge Bomb? Oh, gosh. That's annoying. Wait. Wait. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. No, I'm not. Oh, gosh. Here's the problem. So Thrash is actually so annoying right here. Thrash is so annoying because here's the problem. Gosh, it might be Registeel against the Weezing. So the problem is that if I swap into... Oh my gosh, that swagger was so bad. If I swap into... And Flygon has Bright Powder outs. So I have Bright Powder plus Thrash targeting the Registeel outs. Basically, the problem is, if I swap Registeel for Lottie, Tauros could just Thrash the Registeel slot. And then Weezing's going to KO Flygon. And then I'm back to Registeel with the 1v1. I don't think it is. What if it's Flamethrower Weezing? It's not Weezing 1. So it's either Weezing 2, 3, 4. If it's Weezing 2, we are. If it's Weezing... It's only Weezing 3, I guess, that's kind of annoying. Although Weezing 3 is also the one that's least likely to kill Lottie, which is good. But the annoying thing is... I guess Weezing 2 does nothing. Weezing 4 does nothing. I would just have to... The annoying thing is I would be at -1 attack and defense, although I could psych him up and get back to 0. And then I would be at neutral, and then I could just start acing. Weezing 2, I actually even do even better. Although it does have Citrus Berry, which is kind of annoying. But I have to superpower the Tauros, which is annoying. I mean, if it was Wheezing 3, I would have to Flamethrower. Yeah, I mean, there's no other play except for Crunch the Tauros and superpower the Tauros. Unfortunately. Yeah. It doesn't get to pick who it targets with Thrash. Yes. Yes. Let's go. There's still Focus Band Wheezing, but that's I mean, that's way better. We might also get to see Wheezing use a different move. It is Flamethrower Wheezing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh wait. But Flamethrower wouldn't have killed Lottie. So we were actually fine. So the fact that Flagon was at such low health was actually pretty beneficial. Because Wheezing could have done a different move other than Sludge Bomb. Even though Shadow Ball would have been worse. No Focus Band. Oh my gosh. Woo! 5th match. This team is stressful. No type high risk. Man, do I ever take them? These are both some interesting options. I don't think we need Tauros 1. It actually makes us worse into certain leads, I think. Starmie 5, interestingly enough, with Recover, maybe we could take that in the back. But we're kind of worse into normals then. I mean, it's the 5th battle, so Starmie could show up again in the 6th or the 7th battle. But, like, besides Starmie, there's not a ton that's, like, super threatening. I guess Articuno is kind of threatening, but... Again, with Articuno, I guess we have the free swap to Registeel as we Psychic, which also kind of helps. Tauros wouldn't really help against that. We probably wouldn't be able to double it up. So like and not, it's no type high risk, so Articuno is not even likely. But I'm kind of curious how much Latios does. Okay, we don't really kick to a KO. I guess it would Icy Wind, which is kind of annoying. Actually, no, it wouldn't Icy Wind because it would just go for Ice Beam, which actually is beneficial. And then it would Icy Wind, maybe. Well, I guess that gets tricky. Yeah, the trickiest, yeah. Yeah. I think we still keep, though. I think we still keep. I think in the most, like... In the most teams, I think this team should do okay. I think swapping makes us a little bit worse into too many other teams. Marowak Ninetales. Okay, so what's Marowak gonna do here? Could like Mega Kick or Brick Break or something, which could be annoying. I think we do take out the Marowak Ninetales, because it could be Grudge Tails, which is like worse. So that's beneficial if it's Ninetales, but it's much more likely to be Ninetales 4, which is a little bit annoying. But like, I mean, Marowak 1 Icy Wind is annoying. Marowak 2 Icy Wind is annoying. Marowak 3 Brick Break is probably annoying for Flygon. That does a lot of damage. I don't really want to set up the sun. It would be funny if Ninetales sets up the sun for us, though. Marowak 4 Mega Kick kind of just... Yeah, that could KO Flygon. We do 37 with Crunch. And we do 84 with Psychic, so we're fine. It can't kill, but like obviously that's like really annoying. I guess it would... No, that would always Mega Kick the Flygon. It wouldn't Sword Stance. Yeah, I think the Marowak is too annoying. And plus with Overheat Ninetales, if it uses Overheat a couple times, if we swap in Registeel, then it won't do that much. Is there ever an Earthquake play, though? Wait. Maybe we just want to take out the Flygon. I mean, Earthquake is likely to KO the Ninetales. And it would be nice to not get confused, right? But Marowak could also take out Flygon, which is... I guess... Oh, we don't even KO Marowak 1, which would still Icy Wind us. Huh. I don't know, Marowak Icy Wind sounds kind of annoying, but if it's Marowak 1, that's... bad. I guess we could Earthquake and Crunch the other slot and leave the Marowak, but that also seems dicey. Brick Break would do good against Registeel. I mean, if we get confused right, I think that's fine. I think our team should be fine against Ninetales. It is a little bit annoying, but I think I want to Psychic and Crunch the Marowak. Just Icy Wind is actually kind of annoying. Okay, yeah, that should be Marowak 2, 3, 4. Was that? Oh my. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. That's really good. We're Psychicking the Gengar and we're swapping Flygon. Oh wait, why did we swap? I guess Bright Powder. Yeah, we're just gonna swap out and Superpower. Double Edge because it didn't see the Overheat kill, that's funny. Kills itself with Double Edge. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that Lottie's faster than Gengar, so we didn't necessarily need to swap there. No type, high risk. Even though it could have been Bright Powder Gengar with Ice Punch, which is kind of annoying. So I think the swap was still correct. Because then we could rotate through, maybe. No type, high risk. I don't think we want the Gengar. The interesting thing about the Gengar is it doesn't draw... The interesting thing about... Gengar is interesting. Because it doesn't draw... Well... That would be real... Because it was Ninetales 4, so it could be any Gengar. So it could be like Gengar 1. Oh. But Gengar would be so nice because it would draw Dark, Psychic, and Ghost, which Registeel's fine against. So it would be effectively the same thing as the Ice Beam swaps. Just because, like, the mons that I'm scared of, like Quick Claw Slowking, Starmies, Regice wouldn't. Regice. Gengar, if it was like Gengar 4. Yeah, Regice sees the same role. So Regice is a little bit spooky. Man, Gengar would be cool though. It would probably just be a better Flygon, basically. man. Oh, it's so. Oh, that's so annoying. Well, I guess wait. Yeah, because it could be Gengar 1. Because yeah, oh, that's so annoying. Gengar 2 wouldn't even be that bad. It's literally just Gengar 1 that would be annoying. Literally any other Gengar is great. Gengar 4 helps against Rhydons with, or Gengar 3 does with Quick Claw. Well, should I take the Gengar? If it's Gengar 1, I'm gonna be kicking myself though. A 1 in 8 shot. Man. I feel like Gengar would be so good. It helps against, well, I mean... I don't think we do swap. I don't think, I don't know, man, Gengar feels, it definitely feels better than Flygon. More stuff KOs it, because the only stuff that's going to KO Flygon is like ice stuff. So, more stuff KOs it, but I'm also able to double up on stuff better. Man. This is tricky. I mean, Gengar would... It's a little bit faster than Flygon 2, which kind of helps against all those 138s. Gosh, I just... Would it be Gengar 1? The thing is... Do I really want to take a 12% chance that... Do I really want to take a 12% chance that my team just gets markedly worse? Still wouldn't be horrible. I mean, Gengar can just be annoying with Confuse Ray and Attract, but like, oh man, that would be annoying not being able to attack turn 1. It does feel better. I mean, I do have Bright Powder on Flygon. Like, I think I'm okay with Flygon. I think I'm okay. I don't think I need to improve. I think I'm just gonna keep the Flygon. The other thing is in the last battle, if we face a Gengar, Gengar's a free KO with Lottie, so that's fine. Whereas Flygon, I guess if it's not an Ice Punch Gengar, Flygon would be annoying. We put on Weezing. Okay, so I think this is a clear Psychic and Swap. It could be Focus Band Weezing, but Vaporeon is just so likely to Ice Beam that I think we just take out the Weezing. Okay. Don't you dare vape one. Okay, no freeze. Damage, 11. Alright, check the rolls. Check the rolls. Okay, can do 11. Which means... Wait. Now we're gonna do it... Wait, but Vape 4... Minimum 12! Not Vape 4. Look at that. Don't know what Weezing is, but we know it's not Vape 4. So it's Vape 2 or 3. 3 has Quick Claw, which is kind of annoying. But will it... I guess 3 would Acid Armor right now. 2 has Quick Claw Shadow Ball, which is kind of annoying. And Ice Beam. So we do... I guess... I don't think I'm scared of 3, but... Yeah, I'm not scared of 3. 2 is just more annoying in general. So we do 25 plus 33. I think we go back to Flygon on Vaporeon, Ice Beam, and Latios. Do we ever hit the Miltank though? Or do we hit the Vaporeon? So Miltank, so yeah, this is tricky because Miltank could do some annoying stuff. So like, do we stay in and superpower the Miltank? So Miltank 1, Psychic's doing 46. Registeel's only doing 41. Ah, that's annoying. We don't know what Weezing it was. It didn't even have to be Weezing 2, 3, 4. It could have been Weezing 1. It could be Miltank 1. So Miltank 2, 3, 4. Miltank, I guess Registeel can Psych up if it curses and stuff. But that's still not fun. Curse Miltank is still kind of annoying, actually. Super Power does 55, and Latios does 51. We would kill Miltank 4. Miltank 3 we kill. Miltank 2 we don't kill. Right, wait. So Miltank 2 has attack. It's gonna T-Wave. The problem is if we don't swap out the Registeel, we're just gonna get beamed. So is that a problem? Is it okay if we just get T-Waved by the Miltank? That is a good question. Because I guess... But Vaporeon's kind of a threat too, because if Vaporeon starts Acid Armoring, that's kind of annoying. Flygon's kind of useless here, unfortunately. But Vaporeon 2 against Lottie is guaranteed to Ice Beam, which is annoying. But I can't really swap in Flygon. Because I would love to swap in Flygon on the T-Wave. I can't do that. I could Swagger the Vaporeon and then Psych it up, which actually is kind of funny. Single target Surf does 20. I could Swagger it, but I'm wondering if I just do this swap thing. The issue would be... This is kind of tricky. If I just... I guess what I'm worried about is Registeel is kind of how I need to take out Vaporeon. Which is kind of annoying. Like, Flygon is just going to one-shot by Vaporeon, and I can't kill Vaporeon quickly. So the only thing Flygon is useful for right now is baiting Ice Beams. That is literally its only purpose. Weezings are focus banned, which you would think makes Miltank 1 less likely. So we could T-Wave, he could Shadow Ball. Why am I doing Registeel 6 versus Registeel 6? What does that calc even mean? Vaporeon 3 Acid Armoring I think would be good. Because I think I would just Swagger it and Psych Up. I think we'd be fine. Although single target Surf does get tricky. Guarantee, or possible 5 KO. Almost guaranteed 5 KO. I feel like I gotta get rid of this Miltank. Well, it's... Oh, man, if... I guess Psychicing the Vaporeon is nice because I could get a Spit F drop, which would help Flygon do some damage. Can't get the sun up, but like Crunch is doing nothing. If Lottie gets paralyzed, that feels kind of bad. I mean, I could go Psychic Superpower into Vaporeon. Or I could go... Yeah, and then I could go Psychic Ace. The thing is, the only way that Vaporeon sees a kill... The only way that Vaporeon sees a kill is if Miltank attacks Lottie. So, like, going back into Registeel on the beam... But, like, does that even help, I guess? Unless it got a high roll. Or actually, one of the top 2 rolls then could get a high roll the next turn. Man. Psychic feels really nice here. 33 to 40, so on average we're doing like 36. 36, that's 72. I mean, in theory, we could kill with Psychic Superpower. I don't want to get countered by Miltank 1. It's really annoying that Miltank dies. All the Miltanks die to Psychic Superpower, except for Miltank 1. That's what's annoying. And it would counter the Registeel, and I would probably lose. Because if Registeel gets countered, I lose. I mean, Miltank 3 is kind of annoying with Shadow Ball. Yeah, I mean, Shadow... That's so annoying. Shadow Ball plus... Shadow... That's annoying. Shadow Ball plus Ice Beam is KO. Probably like a 50-50. Oh, man. So my plays right now are Psychic Superpower the Vaporeon, Psychic Superpower the Miltank, Psychic the Miltank swap to Flygon, Psychic the Vaporeon swap to Flygon. I don't think Earthquake swap to Flygon does anything. So the thing is, Miltank 2 is like guaranteed to T-Wave the Lottie right now, which is pretty annoying. But I don't... Miltank 1. I could still crit and kill the Miltank 1. That actually is kind of an interesting. I could crit and kill the Miltank 1. 46 to 54. Maybe I do Psychic the Miltank and swap. Because I guess if it T-waves, it's not going to see a kill unless Vaporeon gets a high roll. And then it might... No, it would never T-wave the Flygon. But it could go for Attract, which would also be kind of annoying. But I guess I would swap into Registeel, and then I would Superpower on the Focus Punch. And because it could Attract, which is fine. It could Attract either, to be honest, which is actually fine. So on the Attract, I'm swapping, I'm going for Psychic. And then I have a 1v3 against this Vaporeon. Which is, again, with a Paralyzed Lottie. It's annoying because I feel like Registeel can handle the Miltank as long as we get rid of Vaporeon. But like Flygon doesn't really help too much in the Miltank. Miltank 4 setting up is kind of scary. I guess Miltank 3 is sort of weird because I don't know if it would start enduring then. Miltank 3 is actually like guaranteed to Shadow Ball Lottie because Earthquake's highest damage against Registeel. So that's kind of annoying. I know I'd love to go to Flygon, but obviously Vaporeon could just Ice Beam. Man, I'm sort of leaning towards hitting the Vape. Like, Lottie is very unlikely to die here, but if we just kill the Vape, I think Registeel can beat the Miltank, most Miltanks. I mean, Miltank 4 is kind of annoying with Milk Drink, but we do have Ace. I'm trying to think how that works out. Because we could... How does that work out? Could I 1v1 the... So it's going to take Recoil, but it can Milk Drink. And I'm just slowly dying. Swagger him. So if I Swagger, then Psych Up. And then I'm like, even if I'm... I guess I could be +4 and he would be +2. I could go Ace into Superpower, maybe. Or like, even if he goes to +3 and I go to +5. Ace into Superpower could potentially kill. I guess that's what I would do. Something weird like that. I'd have to hit a Swagger. Oh, I could also Psych Up the double teams. I didn't think about that, too. Miltank 2 Focus Punch is sort of annoying, but I can also just Ace... I guess it could T-Wave, which is kind of annoying. But I could just Ace Miltank 2 down. Miltank 3... it's never gonna Earthquake next to Vaporeon, so it actually just does stupid stuff. And then Miltank 1... counter is annoying, but I guess if I just... I mean, I could get Focus Banded, but if I just go Swagger, Psych Up, I can Superpower it. Right? Or I just go... Or I just go Swagger, Psych Up, and then I go Ace Superpower. Probably. I think I want to go for the Vaporeon and just go for Psychic and Superpower and have a chance to KO that thing. And leave the Miltank for Registeel. I think that's what I want to do. I think Vaporeon is the threat. It has Quick Claw, or one of them has Quick Claw, which is scary also. It's so annoying that I could basically guarantee, I guess if Miltank double teams, I won't take him out. Or if it's Miltank 1. All the other Miltanks could just die right now. I'd basically be in the exact same position. Oh. I'd basically be in the exact same position. I just hate that if it's Miltank 1 and it counters, I am gonna lose. which I feel like Miltank 1 is likely to get. It's unlikely to be Miltank 1. Man, it's so annoying. I think I want a Psychic Superpower of the Vaporeon. I just don't know if I can... If it's Miltank 1 or 4, it gets really tricky. I mean, I guess Double Team isn't that scary. 2... Yeah. Oh, I think I Psychic the Vaporeon. Okay. Let's see. Miltank Shadow Balls. Okay. I could have just taken that thing out. That's annoying. It does Ice Beam. Don't get the high roll. Okay. It's Shell Bell. It's not Quick Claw. Okay, so there's okay, so here's what's interesting. Do we know for sure that this is Miltank 3 then? Well, because Miltank 3 was guaranteed to do that. So what's interesting in Vaporeon 2... So what's interesting here is Miltank is also guaranteed, is now guaranteed to Shadow Ball, and then Vaporeon is guaranteed to either Surf, Ice Beam, Body Slam, Shadow Ball. It could do any of those. And I could just go to Flygon. I could kill the Miltank right now. But the problem is that, like, if Vaporeon is Ice Beaming, Flygon's dead. Wait. So if Vaporeon Ice Beams, Flygon's dead, and then I could... Then... Yeah, so I can go... I could just go... I could go Psychic Superpower on the Vaporeon. Or I could swap to Flygon and Superpower. Now, what does that give me? Well, I could swap to... I mean, I could swap to Flygon and Ace. I guess I wouldn't have to Superpower necessarily, would I? Would it just... So if I swap to Flygon and it... And... well, how much is Miltank? So Miltank is going to do 31 to 38. If it gets a Spadef drop, then Vaporeon 2 is not killing with Surf. Obviously, they're killing with Ice Beam. 32, 38. It's doing like 65% and healing with Shell Bell. So... it would do, let's see. So if I'm at 65%, that's 92. It would heal 92 divided by 8. It would heal 11. And what's that right now? It's at like 40. And so it would go up to 96. It would go up to 45. Registeel 6. I'm trying to think of... Okay, so let me think about this. Registeel 6 would hit it with... I don't think it's hitting it with Superpower. Well, I guess we'll map it out. So Ace would put it down to... back down to like 31. Superpower, if it was at 45... Well, but in the event that it like surfs or something, it wouldn't be that high. I guess if I Superpower... Well, here's the thing. if I... So Miltank could Earthquake Registeel if it sees the kill. Oh, wait, but I want to have Flygon. I was thinking if I had Flygon Registeel against the end, it would be fine. But I might not have Flygon. I guess I'm just trying to think about if... Well, I guess I was trying to think about a scenario where I have Registeel, Lottie at the end. And I guess what I could do... Well, okay, so if I superpower the Vaporeon and it doesn't Ice Beam, then maximum... I guess let's just assume... Okay, let's just assume it... Well, I guess if it crit the Flygon, that wouldn't really matter. Because Lottie would pick it up. If it doesn't crit the Flygon, if Flygon is somehow alive, then I'm doing 15 Vaporeon with Crunch. And it would have healed... Oh, it would have done like 66, we'll say. So it would have healed 8. So it would be 3 less health. Whatever, it would be 93. So if I superpower him, I would have to get a high roll for Flygon to even KO. Is that even worth? Or do I just take it out here and hope that the Vaporeon isn't Ice Beam? I think that's maybe better. So, if I... Well, then the Miltank will be guaranteed to... Then... Because I guess the cool thing is I can just Psychic and Ace. I guess the tricky thing is... I could also... Well, the other thing I could do... Oh, Shell Bell is kind of annoying, isn't it? So it's only going to Earthquake if it sees the KO. And if I Swagger it, he'll be doing like, yeah, he'll be doing a good amount. And the annoying thing is I'd be -1 defense if I superpower right now. So if I superpower and I'm at -1 defense, and I Swagger him, he could see a KO with Earthquake. So that's kind of annoying. If I Psychic superpower the Miltank right now, I can take it out. But there is a possibility that Flygon dies. And I guess the annoying thing is Flygon's going to get hit by something, and Vaporeon will be like 45%. But Vaporeon 2, 1v1ing against Registeel, I don't know if I win that because it's healing. It's healing. So one thing I could do, I could swap to Flygon. Superpower. And then if Flygon's alive, that means Lottie's alive in the back. Oh, but if... Oh, but okay. Then they're going to double target the Flygon. And what I was thinking is, oh, okay, well, what if I swap the Lottie in for Registeel to reset the superpower drop? But the problem there is that Vaporeon could Surf and pick me up. I have 7, and Vaporeon 2 Surf surely does 7. Yeah. Oh, man. So I could Psychic Ace the Vaporeon right now, I think. But so if I Psychic Ace, then I don't have the drop. And then it's a 1v1 versus the Mill Tank. And it's a 1v1 versus the Mill Tank. Which is kind of awkward because I have to Swagger, then Psych Up. But I guess the interesting thing is if I just Superpower, will he just Endure? And then I can Psych Up, but then I guess I risk him. The problem with that is I risk him actually hitting the Endure. 1 HP Endure doesn't kill me though. 1 HP Endure does not, or Reversal does not kill me. So if I Superpowered him and he kept Enduring, I would actually be good, as long as I didn't have a defense drop. Which I wouldn't initially, unless I crit him. This is annoying. Psychic Ace with Vaporeon clicking Shadow Ball would be so ideal. That is so ideal. If it Ice Beams, Flygon's dead either way. So if it Ice Beams, Flygon's dead either way, but if I swap in, I at least preserve Velocity. But does that help me? Well, I can Superpower the Mill Tank. I don't think that helps me. So like, okay, let's say I Superpowered the if I Ace the Vaporeon, then it's literally just, let's just say it's a 1v1 right here. Because let's say Vaporeon Ice Beam. So it's a 1v1. What am I doing? What am I doing in a 1v1 with Registeel at 165? With Registeel at 165, he's gonna, I guess because Earthquake's highest damage, he's gonna do random move. Because he doesn't see a kill and he doesn't want Earthquake. So he's gonna do random move. So can I ever put him... Let me see Endure. Because can I ever put him in Endure range and then Superpower? The problem is if I ever Superpower, I'm at -1 defense. Obviously, if I Swagger him... I guess what I'm worried about is, like, let's say he reverses. Let's just say worst case scenario reversals. He does 14. I'm at 151. Or we can do a reasonable scenario. I'm at 152. He does 13. I Swagger. Now he's +2. Now, he does it again. He does like 23. And I'm at 129. And I Psych Up. Then I'm +2. I'm going for Superpower. And he does not see a kill. Now if he attacks again, there's another 23. 109 or 106, then he usually sees a kill. But I could go Swagger, Psych Up, Superpower. The other play is to just immediately Superpower. In which case, so I can't remember the Endure ranges exactly. Let's see. So Endure, if it's under 4%, don't use it. If it's under 35, which it would never be under 35, unless we get the high roll, +1 and terminate. Otherwise, -1 and terminate. The problem is, because Earthquake's highest damage, it kind of always has a chance to click Endure. But I guess what's interesting is I could Superpower, Psych Up, then go Ace, because he would be enduring. Could I ever? Okay, what if I? Does that work? So he could endure at any time. But if I'm at 160, what was that? 165. If I'm at 165, and I go, the only reason I'm mapping this out is because if Swagger misses, it kind of screws my other plan. Okay, so if I ace, now I'm in a 1v1. He's not at +2. So I Superpower with the option to crit. Let's just say it low rolls. He's at 70. And he hits me, well, he hit me with a reversal. I guess reversal would still, now reversal would do more, but, so let's say he already hit me for whatever, it was like the same, it was like 12, okay. I'm at 152. Now reversal's doing 23, 25, and I'm -1 defense. So actually, reversals, Earthquake's still highest damage, and I'm out of range. So he's gonna do a random move. Or Endure. But again, he could hit me with this. He could do like 36. I'd be at 116. I'd be at 116, and I would Psych Up. Now I have this room. Okay. Now, I guess at -1 attack, though. Yeah, -1 attack, I can just kill him. At So would I ever go Ace Superpower into Superpower? No, wait. He could Endure. Because I guess the ideal scenario for me is I get him down to like 36, and then I hit him with Superpower. So could I just... But I can't go Superpower because of Earthquake. That's so annoying. Well, wait, is there ever a world where... How many aces do I have to get to Superpower him? Because... I guess he could endure. He could be enduring. But, like, if I just... Oh, I'm not. I'm at 165. If I just aced him... And he hits me, so he's doing, like, 13. I'm doing 23. Okay, he's at 133. And I'm at... wait, I was at 165. And I'm at 152. Okay, he does 13 again. Right? Yeah, he does 13 again. I'm at 139. And I would do, let's just say 24 again. He's at 109. And then he does, he's still not doing big damage with reversal, so he does 13 again. I'm at 126. And then I do ace again. And let's say I low roll 22. So I'm doing, now he's at 87. He's at 55. He's at 87. I would guarantee KO with superpower. Well, not guarantee. I guess that's kind of risky. But I guess, here's the thing: he still has a chance to endure. The problem is, if he endures, I hit the super. I keep doing special defense. If he endures on this superpower, the other thing about Swagger is he can hurt himself in confusion. But if he endures on that superpower, now he's at 1 HP, and I'm just dead. But I guess at that point, if he just endured, no, I guess if he just endured, he doesn't have a chance. So basically, he's going to be stuck at -1 with endure, and then reversal's going to be stuck at -1. If the user will move before the target, if it's over 33, score 1 and terminate. Score -1. If it's over 20, no scoring change. If it's under 8%, score +1, continue. We'll move after. Otherwise, let's see. So it's basically going to be, if his HP is over 33%, it's just going to be score -1 terminate. So it doesn't really consider it for highest damage, I don't think. Does it? I don't think it considers it for highest damage. My gut is telling me to Psychic and Ace. Because there's still a 1 in 4 chance that Registeel dies. The other thing is, well, let me think about this. No, it never KOs with Surf, so that doesn't matter. But swapping to Flygon, I don't know that it helps me. Because Flygon can't pick up Miltank. Or can't pick up, yeah, I don't think swapping to Flygon helps me, really. Unless I was acing a vape, and then... But even then, there's a world where... Yeah, even then, if I swap to Flygon, I can't pick up the Vaporeon, which is annoying. I can't pick up the Vaporeon because Crunch and Superpower are doing 40, and it's at 40 right now. I guess the and then Lottie just comes in and dies. I guess the only thing is if I'm that Flygon has Bright Powder. But again, there is a world where Vaporeon is surfing right now, and then I do have Flygon Registeel versus the Vaporeon. If it surfs, I have Flygon Registeel. So, I mean, if I have Flygon Registeel versus the Miltank, I mean, that's actually not bad, I feel like. He would be guaranteed to Shadow Ball the Flygon the first couple turns. Wait, is that interesting? Because if I go Superpower... Wait, then I could have a guaranteed win, couldn't I? Because couldn't I go Superpower, Crunch, Superpower? And he wouldn't KO? Right? Because Flygon's full health? Yeah. Because how much does Miltank do? He only does 31 to 38. So, even if he got high roll 38... Well, I mean, even if... I guess as long as Vaporeon... I guess Vaporeon could parry me, but, like, then I could just go Crunch Superpower. I guess if I got paralyzed by Bison, it would be kind of annoying. But then I think he would Endure. Actually, he would go for... I think it wouldn't matter who he went for, because Crunch, Crunch, and Superpower KOs. So, if he went for Reversal on either Mon, it wouldn't matter, because the other one would just KO it. I actually kind of like that. So I think... Oh, why didn't I not think about that? No, Flygon's not dead. Dave, the only question I had for AI was about whether Reversal is considered in highest damage moves. But I don't think it really matters with the line that I'm taking. Basically, the situation is that no, Flygon's not dead, but the situation is that since Miltank and Vaporeon are faster than Registeel, right? Wait, isn't Vaporeon faster? Yeah. By 1 point. By 1 point. So the I was just trying to map out and not consider it the highest damage and cannot see kills. Oh, really? Oh, wow. But it's just, it can't see kills, but if none of the other moves kill, it's gonna Reversal because it's gonna be a +1 if it's at like 1 HP or whatever. So, okay, so it could... So, basically what I was considering is was it going to get the -1 from not being highest damage if Earthquake is highest damage? But it sounds like it won't. So it sounds like against Registeel, it's literally a 1/3 to Shadow Ball, Reversal, or Endure. So basically, I'm going to... Yeah. So basically, I'm going to... The problem is, what I was thinking about is... Registeel's already used as White Herb, and so if I Superpower the like, basically what I can Psychic Superpower the Miltank, or I can Psychic Superpower the Vaporeon. The problem with Psychic Superpowering the Miltank is that Registeel's at -1 attack, and Vaporeon has the possibility of Ice Beam in the Latios slot, which would KO Flygon. So it would be a 1v1 Registeel Vaporeon. And Registeel's at -1 attack. And with Vaporeon Shell Bell, I don't know that I could, at -1 attack, I don't know that I could win that. So, because I would go, it would Surf Heal, and it would heal about, I guess it would heal like 4 HP. So if it's at like 40% right now, it would go up to like, whatever, 89. I would do 39. It's down to 50. And then, now at -2, it surfs again. And it does another 36. So now I'm at like, whatever. It takes 5 surfs. So, I guess I would be able to maybe kill it in 5 turns. Because if it surfs again, then it heals another 4. So it's at 54. This is turn 2 of surf. And I would hit it for... I guess I would be at -2 defense too, but that wouldn't help that. I guess I would hit it for 30. Do I just Psychic and Superpower the Miltank? And then... Maybe I do just Psychic Superpower the Miltank. And then I'm at -3. And then he does another... Yeah, then he does another hurt, heals another 4. He's at 28. So that's 3 surfs. And then I Superpower, and I still don't kill him, even with a high roll. He's at 5 HP. And then he does 4 surfs. So basically, I would have to dodge a crit from 4 surfs. Or I could crit him and KO him. That's interesting. But if Flygon's alive, I just win. In that scenario. I think. I mean, he's going to heal a little bit from the Flygon right here. I guess I was going on worst case scenario that he's Ice Beams the Flygon. Because the other thought was I swap in the Flygon, and then that way Miltank and Vaporeon don't kill me. But I think in both scenarios, I think I'm more at risk if I let the Vaporeon stay alive, because if Flygon's alive in both scenarios, I pretty much just auto win. If Flygon's alive here. But if... Well, let me think about this. So does swapping to Flygon make more sense then? If Flygon's alive and I just win in those scenarios... Wait, so if I flop to Flygon... If I swap to... No. I don't know if it does. If I swap to Flygon, I would have to Superpower the Miltank this turn. But then it gets tricky. Like, if Flygon's alive, then what do? And then... Yeah, because I can't guarantee get the Lottie in, because depending on how much damage the Flygon takes, then, like, Flygon could just die, or Vaporeon could surf. So that's... I guess... I can't guarantee get the Lottie back in, which is kind of annoying. But if I Psychic Ace the Vaporeon right now... Yeah, that's what it is, Dave. If I think it's 33, but if I Psychic Ace the Vaporeon, how do I lose if it... Well... I think then the thought was just Ace. What was the thought? Never sees kills. But I guess if I swagger it and psych up and superpower and it's swaggered... No. No, because it can always endure. The fact that it can always endure is kind of annoying. I almost just have to wait until it endures. I guess I would ace until it clicks endure. And then once it endures, it's extremely unlikely to endure the next turn. And then I would superpower. Or it would have a 2/3 chance to not endure, and then, yeah. Yeah, it would have a 2/3 chance to not endure. Oh. Where do I Psychic Superpower the Miltank? I guess the worst thing that can happen, if I Psychic Superpower the Miltank and Vaporeon heals fully from... Yeah, then I'm just dodging the crits. Is that worth it though? And I could also crit the Vaporeon and just win? Because Vaporeon would be at like, if it Ice Beamed the Flygon, it would be at it would heal 40. It would heal like another 16. No. It would heal 14, I think. 15? 15 would be 120. 16, 128, 17, 136. It would heal like 17, wouldn't it? 180? It would be at like 102. That would be bad. I don't know if I could win it at 102. I'd be at -1. I would pretty much have to swagger Psycho. I guess I could do that. I guess if I swagger Psych up to Vaporeon, then it's at. Then I would go to +2. So I would have to go Swagger on Surf, Psych up on Surf, Superpower on Surf, and then Superpower. But I guess that would be very. If it ever hurt itself, it would die, and then I would just be able to Superpower. Swagger, Psych up, Superpower, and I win. Wait, but that's 4 turns, and it's getting 5 Surfs off. I only have. If it gets 5 Surfs off, I'm dead. So I would only have 4 turns to attack. I feel like there's like a guaranteed way here, and I'm just not like thinking about it. Because obviously the one guarantee, I could just Psychic Ace of Vaporeon. If Ice does not Ice Beam, if Vape does not Ice Beam right here, I'm so fine. Again, if it's Miltank Registeel in the 1v1, I feel like there should be some route there that's kind of guaranteed. Miltank 3, 1v1, because the Vaporeon is at risk of crits. Anything I do, I'm going to be at risk of crits. If the Flygon's alive, I just win against the Miltank. If the Flygon's alive, I win against the Miltank. If it's not alive, what am I doing given that all these 3 moves are at -1 and Earthquake's at -3? Or -4. Yeah, I mean, like whatever, -3, -4, something like that. Do I just Ace? I guess minimum is, so like if I did 66, he'd be at 90. He wouldn't die to Superpower. But like, do I just wait until he endures at that, and then just Superpower him? If he ever endures and I Superpower, I'm gonna lose. Unless he's swaggered. I guess. So I guess the ideal situation would be Miltank would be swaggered. Miltank is swaggered. The problem is he can see a kill at like pretty high HPs. I feel like I would just ace until he endures and then go for the Superpower. And at that time, what's the chances that I win? So there's a 66% chance. that he doesn't endure. But if I just... wait, if I just... Let me think about this. Because if I just get him in endure range and wait till he hits a double endure, do I just win? Because what's the chance of a triple endure? Endure... No, Psychic is not killing Vape. The other thing I could do here... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, that's interesting. What about Psychic and swap out the Registeel? Because then Flygon Crunch will kill Vaporeon. And the worst that can happen to Registeel is I get Ice Beam. Yeah, what about Psychic and swap out the Registeel? And just guarantee that they both attack. Because there's no way Vape would heal enough. Wait a second. 34 to 40. And if I swap to Flygon, I guess the worst thing would be you've got Body Slam, Para, and Ice Beam Freeze on the Registeel. But Flygon potentially comes out of here with full health. And then I can Crunch, or I'm getting hit with a Surf that could do 40. So let's say, okay, let's say he's at 40 right now, and then I do 33.9, whatever it was with Lottie. Let's just go with like one of these worst case scenarios. I guess worst case is crits, but I'm not really factoring in crits. 34. That does kind of suck to potentially get frozen or paralyzed with Reggie. I don't know if I like that, but that's so interesting though. Well, I guess he also, or there's a 75% chance that Flygon just eats a Surf, Body Slam, or Shadow Ball. So Flygon could still get paralyzed, but at least Vaporeon would be dead. Teemu ally switch. So if I swap to Flygon, okay, now I do 72. So he would be at 13 HP. He'd be at 6%. He hits Registeel. I guess Surf probably isn't even the worst case, but he hits Registeel with a Surf. Okay, he heals 2 with that. He hits Flygon with a Surf. He's healing 5 from that, I think. Yeah. So he's at 20. He's only at 9%. Even if he crits one of those, Crunch will pick him up. I mean, Registeel getting paralyzed or frozen is kind of bad. But there's a 25% chance that Flygon gets Ice Beam. The crazy thing is that even if Flygon does get Ice Beamed, I can still beat the Miltank. I just have to... Let me check those Endure things again. Because if it's Flygon with... Okay, let's just say he does Surf. And he hits the Flygon. Or I guess, wait, if he Ice Beams or Body Slams, he's not Surfing. So Surf is actually good. So if he Ice Beams or Body Slams... Okay, let's just... So then Flygon's at full health. So Flygon full health versus the Miltank. The interesting thing is that Miltank is guaranteed to shadow ball the Flygon. The tricky thing is that, like, if I got paralyzed, because if I'm not paralyzed, all I do is I go crunch and superpower, and then he's at like 10% health, and he just endures and whatever. I go ace and crunch again or something, and then or even ace and superpower, whatever, and then he probably and then he goes with a reversal into one of my mons. So that's what's annoying with Registeel being paralyzed. If he targets the Flygon, I get paralyzed. Then he targets the Registeel and KOs. So I lose to a para in that scenario. And also that's if I can get the superpowers off. But given that Earthquake's highest damage against Registeel, he will be guaranteed to just Shadow Ball the Flygon, which he is very likely to 3 a KO. So I can get, but I'm faster, so I can always just go crunch, crunch, crunch if I want to. So wait, I could go crunch ace and then just superpower. Crunch superpower. Because he wouldn't endure in that sense. But I just, well, or I could go crunch superpower. But I still would lose to a para if I don't get that superpower off by the 3rd turn. Not against Flygon. If I'm saying if it's against Flygon versus against Flygon, ball will be 0. Ball will be 0 against Flygon, and then all the Registeel ones will be -1. So ball is 0 against Flygon. So if I swap out and it body slam paras me, it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I know, but since it's 0 against Flygon and -1 versus Registeel, it's always just going to pick the 0 against Flygon. Right. Oh, wait. Oh, you're saying they don't see Levitate for highest damage. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So you're saying it would just be random. Okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So against... It was guaranteed to Shadow Ball Lottie because it actually does more. It was guaranteed to Shadow Ball the Lottie because it does more, but it was not guaranteed to... It won't be guaranteed to do Flygon. I gotcha. Okay. But... Oh, man. So Body Slam's like... But I'm kind of curious what the double Endure is, because, like, with Registeel... Couldn't I just put him in Endure range, go Ace Superpower, and then he would be in Endure range, and he would just keep enduring? And if he once he hits a double Endure, I would win, I think. Well, wait a second. So Dave, so you're saying let's say Reversal does 60 and Earthquake does 40. Reversal does 60, Earthquake does 40. Is Earthquake still considered highest damage move? If Reversal's at 60 and Earthquake's at 40, would Earthquake be highest damage move? Because I think that's relevant. Okay, so but it would always Reversal because because reversal is if it's over 20, it would have to be over 33. Oh, that's so crazy. So reversal is over 33, but it's a 0 if it's between 20 and 33. If it's between 8 and 20, it's +1. And it could be even higher. It could be +2. So, but indoor, so that's 33. Indoor is 35. So there's a crazy range where if you can get a Pokemon at 34% HP, they will always endure and never reversal. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But endure is just a chance of a +1 score. And that's if it's under 35. So it might endure. So I guess I would just ace until it endures. Yeah. I guess I would just wait for it to endure in the let's see. Where does it tell you the chance of getting double endures? Okay, protection moves. Let's see. Mechanics. Let's see. Where's the percentages? In Generation 2 to 5, the success rate halves each time. Since in Generation 4, the success rate is modified. So it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 to get reversal. It's a 50-50 to get reversal. Man, maybe I want to swap in Flygon to guarantee. Well, so it's right now it would be a 25% chance that Flygon lives because and then there's like an 1/8, well, 1/4 times 1/4, a 16th chance that Flygon gets paralyzed. But there's also Bright Powder. So if I swap in Flygon for Registeel, there is a. So right now there's a 25. Right now there's a 25% chance to be in a tough position, or a 1v1. Okay. Right now I have a 75% chance to be in a good position, and a 25% chance to be in a 1v1 against Miltank if I ace Psychic the Vaporeon. If I swap in Flygon for Registeel and Psychic the Vaporeon, I have a 1/16th chance to get paralyzed and a 1 out of 40 chance to get frozen. And even in those scenarios, I'm not like screwed necessarily. Because I'm honestly in a fairly similar scenario. I kind of like that. I kind of like that because, like, well, let me think about that. So 1/16 plus 1 out of 40. 1 out of 40 is like 2.5%. 1/16 is 6.5%. Roughly. So that's like a 9% chance So there's like a 91% chance I'm in a good position. There is a 91% chance that I am in a good position if I swap in Flygon. That feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. A 91% chance. Oh, man. A 91% chance versus Ice Beam, and I don't get Bright Pattern. So it's like 1/4 to click Ice Beam times 90% chance that it hits. So it's like a 22% chance. I don't know. I feel like I swap it. I feel like I swap in the Flygon for Registeel. That's a 91% chance to be in a good position. And even in that 9% chance that I'm not in a great position, I mean, I'm not in a horrible position, but it's still very possible that I win. I just have to be a little bit lucky with defrosting or Paris. Yeah, that's pretty good odds if I swap in the Flygon. That's pretty dang good odds. In the other situation, the 25% is just weird because, like, best case scenario, I guess, I wait for him to endure. I think the best chance I would have is wait for him to endure, and then it would be... So I guess I can calculate this too. In the 25%, in the 22% chance that it hits a beam against Flygon, in that 22% chance, Registeel then goes Ace, 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 puts the Miltank in... I mean, unless I got 3 low rolls, it would be in range of... I could even do another ace if I wanted to. It doesn't matter. I could do 4 aces. And then he would be at... I guess a crit. I guess I'm at risk of crit, too, though. I don't know if I would want to do that. I guess I could just see what he's at, but... In the 20... I could go ace, ace, ace. I mean... I guess there is a chance. If I get 122 and a couple 23s... He could be at 88. Or am I miscalculating that? Yeah, I just 3 times that's 42. Yeah. I could do another one, I guess, and then he'd be at 40. Or no, he'd be at 40% HP. So he'd be at 63. And then I just wait. I mean, I guess there I just keep psyching up until he endures. I guess the problem is he could be reversaling and then getting me into Earthquake range. So I don't have a ton of time. I would probably have to do it after 3, just in case. I would probably have to do it after 3. And after 3 hits of above 50%, I mean, if he... When does the reversal go down to that much? Well, I guess it's super effective, so he always has a chance to do that. What am I thinking? So... I mean, he could... I mean, he literally could go 23, 23, 23. Do 69, I'd be at 96. Earthquake's not killing yet. I guess that's not that big of a deal. I just need him to endure, because if he endures... So if he ever endured, he would have a 2/3 chance to not endure, and then a 1/3 chance to endure and fail. I mean, if he hits that endure, I lose. But it would be a... So it would be like a 17% chance. So in the 22% chance that he hits the Ice Beam, I still have an 83% chance to win, I think. So 0.83 times... Yeah, I think I would still have an 83% chance to win, as long as he endures one of those times. If he doesn't, then I guess I could get into trouble, but I think he would at least endure once. 83 times 22. It's like an 18% chance. Well, really, I would do 17 times 22 and a half. That's like a 4% chance to lose. So that's like a 4% chance to lose if I don't do anything. So the question is, it's honestly probably a 50-50, because if I get parried or frozen, what are the chances that I beat the Miltank? Well, I could just be in the exact same scenario as the thing. I mean, I guess I could be parried, which is kind of annoying. But as long as I get some damage on the Miltank, I'm sort of in the same scenario with the Registeel, where I'm just trying to hit a superpower after an Endure, which makes the next Endure less likely. Yeah. I feel like it's like a 50-50. It's kind of weird, though. If I guess Flagon could get paralyzed, too. There's like a 1/16 chance of that. So... This is so weird. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. Flagon could get paralyzed, too. It's just... There's a weird part of me that's like, oh my gosh, 3 moves are totally free into Flygon, and then 1 move is scary. Versus if I go into Registeel, like 2 moves are scary. Oh man. I almost just want to... I could just attack. Which would be so funny if I go through all this and I just attack. But, I mean, realistically, it's probably a little bit worse than 4%. Probably like 5%, because it could just keep reversaling. There's a chance of that. Or something like that, where reversal crit puts me into earthquake range or something like that. There's probably some weird... There's some percentages there where it never ends up enduring once it's in that lower range. So it's probably like a 5% chance I lose. But if I go the 9% route, if I get frozen or parried, then Flagon's at full health. I could just go Crunch, Ace, and then if I don't hit the Ace, it doesn't even matter if I get parried. Then I go Crunch, and I have to hit a superpower. So I literally have a 75% chance to win on... Because I just have to not get parried that one turn. I just have to not get parried that one turn. So there's a 75% chance off of 9% chance. And plus a little more. I feel like I switched the Registeel out. I feel like I switch them out. I think the odds are I switch the Registeel out. I think that makes sense. $9% to either choose 9% chance to choose Ice Beam, get frozen, or to choose Body Slam and get parried. 9% chance. And 75% chance off of that. I really don't want to risk the Endure stuff. And I could also just crit the Psychic here. I think we're going for it. We're swapping in Flygon. Crit. Crit the vape. Okay. Okay. Surfer Shadow Ball. Surfer Shadow Ball. Gosh. Oh my gosh, that would have been fine. Oh, that's so annoying. I was fine. The odds said to do that. I'm telling myself the odds said to do that. Yeah, that's fine. So, okay. So right now, Miltank is doing random move against both my Pokemon. And it could endure. And I just aced, so he took like 15%. So he's at 85. The interesting thing is that if Flygon 2 gets a burn, if I got a burn, this thing would be... Well, let's fix that. If I got a burn, this would be game over. Do I ever crunch though? Because if I get a crunch Spadef drop, so right now crunch is doing like 37. It's not going to be enough. I have to go crunch ace, and then I guess I go. If I get the Spadef drop, I can actually go Sunny Day Solar Beam, which would do 50%. I can actually go Sunny Day Solar Beam. I think I go... So I think I go Ace Crunch again. There's an Endure. Okay. So that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect. If I can hit this Ace, I just need to go for Superpower. Okay, so I can just win with a Superpower. He's at, like... I can win with a Superpower, or I can just go Crunch Crunch or get a Crunch Crit. I think Crunch Crunch will get him here. Okay, he's not... Like, he's not reversing. He is reversing? Oh my gosh, he missed on Bright Powder. We hit the Superpower. Oh my gosh. All of that. Would that have... That wouldn't have killed. No, that wouldn't have killed Flygon. So basically, like in that situation... Reverse... Yeah, even if you reversals... And hits the Flygon. If Registeel gets parried... he's gonna Endure, which would be fine. We would just go... yeah, he would Endure. Right? I guess he could Endure or Reversal. I don't know. But I guess I would just go Crunch Superpower and Crunch Superpower. I guess I could go Crunch Swagger. Maybe that would be the play. Yeah, maybe it would be Crunch Swagger. I guess he would have Salac at that point, though. Yeah. I don't... Yeah. You know... Well, I can't remember the reversal damage ranges, but... Seventh match. No type. High risk. Do I keep this crazy team? Or is Miltank an interesting swap for Flygon? Is Miltank 3 interesting for Flygon? I don't draw the Ice Beams, but I can Earthquake. Is Miltank interesting for Flygon? I feel like it kind of is. Snow-type high risk. I feel like Miltank is kind of interesting here. Because, like, against, like, Rhydons and stuff, I'm just, like, Earthquaking, I guess, and Shadow Balling. I mean, you could think Miltank in the back for Registeel, too. But I like having the Shadow Ball up front, I think. And the Earthquake under Lottie while Lottie's Psychics. I'm not as fast, which is kind of annoying. Like, if I faced, like, an Arcanine, I would just be able to take that thing out. I guess with Crunch, does 30. Yeah, sometimes. If it was Flash Fire, I could Earthquake. That's interesting. That's an interesting swap. Do I ever get rid of the Flygon? Like, if I faced... I guess if I faced a... oh, wait, that was 33 IVs. Yeah, 31 IVs I could just Psychic, probably. Well, it's still roll. So Regice at 6 IVs. Well... That still doesn't kill, but I mean, it's not going to do much to Miltank, so I could just swap in Registeel. And, like, Shadow Ball something. Starmie? I guess I would stay in. That's annoying because Miltank 3 could get Psychic. Although I guess I could Shadow Ball, and if it's Psychics, I could just Endure, because you'll see it kill with Psychic, probably. That's an interesting route. Or I could Shadow Ball, and if it Ice Beams the... Yeah, if it Ice Beams... Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know, I kind of like Miltank. Over, I think I kind of like Miltank over Flygon. I guess, like, because against metas, I probably just double EQ. Yeah, 30, that does 44. 44? I guess it's not guaranteed, which is kind of annoying, but that's a meta with HP. Meta with no HP's gone. Yeah, I like it in the metas. Flygon has to hit a Fire Blast. What would be horrible? It's like normals would be horrible, I guess, for Miltank, but I kill Dodrios and Fearos, and like I guess Steals would be kind of annoying, but like Intimidate's a little bit annoying, but like Registeel's fine against normals. Fightings, I have Lottie. I feel like it's better. Because, I mean, obviously the ice drawing is nice, but you are at risk of getting frozen with Registeel, which can be troublesome. Whereas with, like, if I face a Slowking right now, I'm just going Shadow Ball, probably. I guess Slowking 4 would be a little bit annoying, but yeah, I could do 46 because I'm at 131. And so I'm like basically the same attack. Yeah, I could just do that. Or I could just go Shadow Ball swap to Registeel's Shadow Ball Ace. That'd be even better. In case of Ice Beams. I guess I could Psychic the Miltank, which is kind of annoying, but I think I am going to swap for the Miltank. I think it's better into waters, too. Maybe, well... Yeah, I just like not having to rely on the swap if I don't have to. I think Miltank's a good option. I'm taking it. Miltank 3. Gosh, and there's a Regice and an Arrow. Well. Just to guarantee this is... Yeah, that one. I guess this is fine. Miltank at +1. Outspeeds. It's a speed tie. Oh, man. Oh, that's it. And if it gets a boost, that's not fun. So Registeel 6 into Regice. Superpower only does 50%. What? It's crazy. Well, I guess I'd have to superpower the Regice anyways. But Aerodactyl 3 with like Fire Blast could be annoying. I guess. Yeah, I guess. Well. You know. I guess I'm going Shadow Ball to Arrow to help Lottie get the kill. I don't think it makes sense to attack the Regice. I mean, Regice could do anything right now. It doesn't even. It could be T-bolting the Miltank. But I think I do this. Let's see if it's Rockhead. It is Rockhead, and I flinch. Oh my goodness. Gosh, that's insane. So... Rock Arrow. Do I just take out the Arrow? Regice double teamed and it didn't T-Wave. Are you kidding me? That is wild. I mean, I guess I'm fine that it didn't T-Wave, but T-Wave is kind of annoying here. Because it could be... And now it guaranteed has Fire Blast. So I do 37. How much does Registeel do? Only 39. Oh, man. I mean, if I... Fire Blast into Registeel is kind of cringe, right? No, it's not that bad. Okay, I guess I'm just superpowering the Regice. It's gonna T-Wave Miltank though, which is so annoying. But I guess if I can just get a Shadow Ball off and get rid of this Regice, then I think Lottie Registeel should be able to beat whatever's in the back. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. That's good, that's good, that's good. Not good. I hit the double team roll again. The annoying thing is... Yeah... Well, the annoying thing with the Regice, or Regice 4, rather. Oh, Regice 4 actually had... Oh man, I guess I have to swagger Registeel 4 and psych it up, don't I? I guess I have to swagger the Regice, don't I? I can't kill the arrow. I think... It doesn't see a kill in the Miltank, I don't think. Oh, I needed to be swaggering that Regice. I could psych it up right now. Wait, does he... Wait. Sorry, I think that. It doesn't see a kill. 30... 31. Oh, it barely doesn't see a kill. That's actually horrible. I guess but if I endure, then it doesn't do anything for me. It's so annoying. I guess Registeel could get T-Waved here, which would be fine. All I can really do is endure. Problem is, Aladi's going to get Ice Beamed as it comes in. That's so annoying. So Aladi's going to get Ice Beamed as it comes in. Well, so... Oh man, this is a sucky position. Because... I can't believe Arrow hit me twice. Unless it does hail right now. Oh, what if it hails? No, it's just going to T-Wave, but it's a 50-50 to T-Wave. But hail is just bad for Miltank in general. Oh, that's so annoying because Arrow's gonna double edge, and then Regice is just gonna Ice Beam the incoming Lottie, which I guess is... I guess if I could take some double teams from Regice with the Psych Up, maybe I have a chance here. Okay, hit a Swagger. Actually, that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. If I can just Psych Up this Regice, just confuse yourself, Regice, please. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was insane. Oh my gosh, that was an insane turn for us. So, we're definitely psyching up the Regice. Oh, I was 3 IV. Actually, it did see a kill sometimes, so that's actually fine. 3 IV, plus 1 speed, 159, 1 HP against Arrow. He's dead. He's gone. So we just psych up the Regice on the +2, and then I think we're good. Yeah, because Miltank might die, but we should be fine with a +2 Registeel against this Regice. It's a Raichu? Okay. It does beam, which is fine. Okay, so with Lottie, am I just going for the Raichu, I guess? Regice 4, Arrow 3 or 4. It's a high risk. Well, it's a high risk. Oh, wait a second. It's got to be Raichu 2. So that's gonna T-Bolt, I guess. It's Raichu 2, which is gonna T-Bolt. So, how much does... Wait. Raichu has static. That's so annoying. Okay, so Latios doesn't KO this thing with Psychic, which is kind of annoying. I don't want to get staticked, and I also don't want to Earthquake my own Registeel. But is that fine? No, that's too much damage. With a crit, that's way too much damage. So I have to kind of... But the problem with this Raichu is I don't want to put it in... well, I don't want Registeel to get paralyzed, and I don't want to put it in indoor range. But the irony with that is that the only way I don't put this Raichu in indoor range is Superpower a contact move? Is Superpower a contact move in Gen 3? I mean, I assume it would be. I don't know if anybody knows off the top of their head. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing putting it in indoor range, but it is kind of annoying. It is. Oh, man. Why'd you have to ruin my fun, Wildcat? I guess we could Shadow Ball, right? Because Shadow Ball's not a contact move. And I think the most it could put it... The most it could do is 77. Actually, 6 out of these. So yeah. Shadow Ball, a crit will KO, but a non-crit won't put it in indoor range. So I think we're fine to just Shadow Ball the Raichu and Superpower the Regice. That is actually crazy that... Actually, wait. Regice 4 versus Registeel 6. Do we just keep Aerial Acing? Because we're at +2? Maybe we just keep Acing. I guess we could get T-Waved. I guess we would go Ace Superpower. Or do we just swagger this thing to +4? And then go for a superpower kill. Maybe that's what we do. Swagger it to +4 and hit a superpower? And keep it at full HP where it's going to double team? I guess we can't lose if we just keep acing, right? Unless it paralyzes us. But at +2, we're doing minimum 12%. We just have to hit 10 aces. And some super... Well... I guess we'll go for a swagger. It's fine. Missed it. Hurt itself again. That's fine. We'll swagger and we'll... Psychic. Okay. Got him. Psych him up. Ace him, I guess, for the flinch. Got him. We'll just keep an ace in him. Ace, ace, ace. Oh, come on. Okay, that's annoying. There we go. Okay, just hit one more ace. Well, what? That's Lottie. Should I do something else? Yeah, I guess I should Psychic. Well, no, I should just keep acing. Registeel got it. Boom! Registeel 6. Clutching up the round. Oh my goodness gracious. I guess Registeel getting paired was maybe better than getting frozen because of hail, annoying stuff. So oh my goodness gracious, that was a long round. Jeez, oh Pete, I'm gonna have to just do a one-rounder, I guess. Keep it at 84. Oh man, thanks for tuning in, everybody. That was an interesting situation. I liked. Yeah, I can't believe it took me so long to think of the Flygon swap. And then even though I did body slam anyways, like, you know, whatever. So, I still think it was the right play. Oh, man. Okay, well, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.